What is the next concept? Polymorphism. What is polymorphism? If one object is exhibiting multiple behaviors, then that is called as a polymorphism. If the method is if the object which exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation, then it is called as a polymorphism. Poly means many. Yes. Phism, nothing but forms. Many forms. That means if the object is exhibiting multiple behaviors, then that is called as a polymorphism. If an object is exhibiting multiple behaviors, then it is called as polymorphism. If any object is exhibiting multiple behaviors based on the situation, if any object is exhibiting multiple behaviors based on the situation, then it is called as polymorphism. If any object is exhibiting multiple behaviors based on the situation, then it is called as polymorphism. I told you example, human being. If I come to the class, I will act as a trainer. If I go to office, I will act as an employee. If I go to home, house member, family member. Like so, I am only one person, but based on the situation, I will change my behavior. If I come to class, as a trainer, go to office, employee, go to home, family member, like that. So, if any object is exhibiting multiple behaviors based on the situation, then it is called as polymorphism. If any object is exhibiting multiple behaviors based on the situation, then it is called as polymorphism. Are you clear with this? Now, polymorphism is divided into two types: static polymorphism, dynamic polymorphism. Getting my point? Polymorphism is divided into two types. One is static polymorphism. Second one is dynamic polymorphism. Static polymorphism, another one is dynamic polymorphism. The example for static polymorphism is overloading. The example for dynamic polymorphism is overriding. Overloading and overriding. Already we discussed about constructor overloading. What is the constructor overloading? Writing more than one constructor with different parameters is called as overloading. Here also same thing. Overloading and overriding. Static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism. This is also called as compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism, and this is called as runtime polymorphism. Guys, almost we come to end of the OOPS concepts. Another 1 week we will finish it. Another not 1 week also, just another 3-4 classes we are done. Good. Now we are trying to talk about polymorphism. Last concept is abstraction. Interfaces, substrate classes. Katam. Right. Polymorphism. What is the polymorphism? Any object is exhibiting multiple behaviors based on the situation, then it is called as polymorphism. Polymorphism is divided into two types. One is called as static polymorphism. Another one is called as dynamic polymorphism. Static polymorphism is also called as compile time polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism also called as runtime polymorphism. For static polymorphism, the example is overloading. For dynamic polymorphism, example is overriding. First we need to understand what is overloading and what is overriding. If we understand what is overloading and what is overriding, then we will understand what is static polymorphism, what is dynamic polymorphism. Are you guys clear with this? Now, overloading can be done with methods or constructors. Constructors also will support for overloading, methods also will support for overloading. But overriding will supported by only methods. Constructors will not support for overriding. Why it will not support? We can understand. We will understand that. Okay, let's talk about method overloading. What is the concept, guys? Method overloading. The process of writing more than one method with the same name and different parameters is called as method overloading. Observe carefully. We are trying to understand which concept now? Polymorphism. What is the meaning of polymorphism? If any object is exhibiting multiple behaviors based on the situation, then it is called as polymorphism. Polymorphism is divided into two types, static, dynamic. Static is the example for overloading. Dynamic is the example for overriding. That means what operation that object has to perform will be decided at the compile time only. That is called compile time polymorphism. Are you guys getting my point? When I come from my house, when I come to the gate, then I will decide, should I go to class or should I go to office? Yes or no? So at the initial stage only, at the compile time only, object will decide how to behave. My object can have different behaviors. My object can have different behaviors. It will be decided at the compile time. So now my object will decide what to do at the compile time. If an object can take the decision at the compile time, then it is called compile time polymorphism. If an object is taking a decision at the runtime, that is called runtime polymorphism. In the Java, our program is executing in two steps. One is compilation, second one is execution. What is the difference between compilation and execution? What is the difference between compilation and execution? Compilation will be done by the compiler, execution will be done by the JVM. If a compiler decides behavior of the object, that is called compile time polymorphism. If a JVM decides behavior of the object, that is called runtime polymorphism. So decision making will happen at the compile time, will happen at the runtime. If a decision making happening at the compile time, it is called static polymorphism, also called as compile time polymorphism. If a decision making happening in the runtime, then it is called as dynamic polymorphism or runtime polymorphism. In order to understand compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism, we are taking the examples as overloading and overriding. Are you clear? Theoretically? Yes. Now, let's understand what is method overloading. Writing, the process of writing. The process of writing methods with the same, the process of writing more than one method with the same name and different parameters is called as method overloading. The process of writing more than one method with the same name and different parameters is called as method overloading. Okay, let me take a class. New class that is called calculator. I'm taking a class called calculator. Okay. Now I'm writing void m1r void add int I comma int j system dot out dot println I plus j. Yes. Integer I comma integer j. How many parameters available? 2 parameters are available. Then go for void add int I comma int j comma int k I j k system dot out dot println. I'm going to take sum I plus j plus k. Okay. Can I say it is method overloading? Yes. How can you say it is method overloading? I have same method with 2 parameters. I have same method with 2 parameters. Now, let me write a main method here only. In the same class, I am writing a main method. Inside this, I am creating object calculator C is equal to new calculator. Calculator C is equal to new calculator. C dot add 10 comma 20. Now, I am calling a method by using a name. I am calling a method by using a name. Did I execute this? Did I execute my program? Or I am just writing the method, calling the method? I am just calling the method. It is compiled. My program is compiled. It is not executed. Here, when I call C dot add with 2 parameters, my compiler will decide that, hey, object, you need to call first method. That means it is already taking the decision. Now, when I call C dot add 10 comma 20 comma 30, then what will happen? In the line number 13, first method will be called. In the line number 14, second method will be called. Same object doing 2 different actions. In the 13th line, calling the first method. In the 14th line, calling the second method. Why it is changing its behavior? Why it is not calling the same method always? Parameters are different. Even though name is the same, parameters are different. So here, parameters are the situation. Parameters are the situation. Based on the number of parameters, my object is deciding whether to call first method, whether to call second method. This is called compile time polymorphism. So at the compilation level only, it is deciding which method my object should call. I am calling method for 2 times. Method is the same. I am calling for 2 times. But first call will go to first method, second call will go to second method. Why? Compiler is already deciding based on the parameter. If I come to the class, I am teaching. If I go to office, can I teach that? Please come to the class Java. Java is a programming language. Can I teach that class in the office? No, because situation is different. Here I have a students. There I have the colleagues. Here I have students. Here for students I have to teach. This guy, this Takluko, he is sleeping. Give one slap. He is sleeping. Neend aa raha hai kya? Stand up. Yes, tell me, what is overloading and overriding? Tell me, what is overloading? Two methods with the same name is called overloading. Who is that guy? No, somebody gave you answer. Who is that? Stand up. Who is the person who gave the answer? Clue he is giving na? Uska knowledge check karenge. Yeah, tell me, what is overloading? When you take in the same class, if you take same method with different parameters, it is called overloading. What is overriding? What is overriding? क्या बोला? सो गया. I did not explain. Sit down. All right, guys, now see, sum from first method, sum from first method, sum from second method, so that you can understand which methods it is calling. Okay, so here it will call a method with 2 parameters, here it will call method with 3 parameters. Run this. Yes, can you see the output? Sum from first method, sum from second method. This is called as overloading. Writing same method with different parameters in the same class is called overloading. And why to write the same method with different parameters? Why should we go for only overloading? Why not M1, M2, M3? Why should I write only same name? What reusability? Those methods लिख दिया already. Why should I, listen, we understood what is polymorphism, we understood what is compile time, what is run time, we understood what is overloading also. But my question is, why should we go for overloading? Few people are saying that to write the same 2 methods with the same name, different parameters, we are going for overloading. My question is, why do you use the same name for 2 methods? Why can't you use different names? She is correct. The reason is methods are doing same operation. Methods are doing the same operation. Okay. First one is doing the addition only. Second one also doing the addition only. When somebody look at the method, they will understand both methods are doing the same operation. It will improve readability of the program. What is the main advantage of the overloading? When methods are doing the same operation, then we need to go for overloading by using same name so that other people can easily understand our methods easily. Readability will be available. Readability will be available. For example, if I take this method as M1, if I take this method as M2, when someone, I can understand because I am the developer. If somebody suddenly come, they will check M1, M2. M1 is doing some operation, M2 doing some operation, they will get confused. Is it improving the readability or decreasing the readability? It is decreasing the readability. New programmers cannot easily understand. New programmers cannot understand easily. Suppose if I give same name, then what new people will think? 2 methods are there, but operation is same. Maybe parameters are different. Simple. Let's go for our string class. Let's go for string class. Let's come to one method called substring method. Okay. See the substring. Can you see this? Why they are not using different name? Why they are using same name? Operation is same. If you pass one parameter from the given index to till last, if I give two parameters from start index to end index, it will give the part of the string. Operation is same. That's why they are using same name. With this, what is the advantage? When somebody look at that documentation, okay, substring method, two methods are available, operation is same, parameters are different. This question I asked so many times in the interview, in my company also. When I ask, what is method overloading? Everybody will say, writing two methods with the same name, different parameters is called overloading. Excellent. Why do you use the same name? Sir, it is overloading, na? Name should be same. But Q. But why? Why can't you want to execute two methods? Instead of giving the same name, you write M1, M2. You can call them, na? Functionality will be same, right? If I change the method name to M1 and if I change to M2, output will be different? Output will not be different. Output is same. When it is giving the same output, why to take the same names? Because those methods are doing the same operation. First method is doing the addition. Second method also doing the addition. When the methods are doing the same operation, why to give different names for that? If I give different names, people will confuse. Readability will not be available. That's why we will give the same name. The process of writing same name for multiple methods in the same class is called overloading. What is the advantage? Readability. The only advantage is readability. What is the meaning of readability? Understanding the code easily. So, in the IT, in the software, there is a slogan. When I am writing the code, two people will understand, me and Bhagavan. Coding hone ke baad, people will say like this. Simple example. That's so true. That's so true. If anybody asks me a doubt on a program which I have written 6 months back, by looking at the program, मेरा program है क्या? Definitely we will get that doubt. We will forget that because every day we will do the coding, so we cannot remember that. That's why people will say, at the time of writing the code, I will understand my code, Bhagavan also will understand. After coding is completed, only Bhagavan will understand. मुझे भी समझ में नहीं आता. Right. People will play such kind of jokes on the developers. Yes. Good. Fine. So we understood what is overloading. So the process of writing more than one method with the same name and different parameters is called as method overloading. Why? No. You cannot. Yes, right. Fine guys, see here, overloading. When the methods are performing the same operation, when methods are performing same operation, then we should give same name. Hence, it is called as, hence it will improve code readability. Hence it will improve code readability. Readability, not reusability, readability. Example, can I call substring method, substring int index, int what index it is? Int start. If I go for substring int start comma int end. Got it? So why they are not giving two different names? Why they are giving same name? Operation is the same. Two methods are performing the same operation, but behavior is different. It will give the substring from the start to last. It will give the from start to given end. Okay. Though two methods are there in the same class, method names are same, parameters are different, behavior also different. When two methods are doing the same operation, then we will give the same name for them. Then it will call as method overloading. Sir, why this method overloading is called as compile time polymorphism? Compiler will decide which method should be called. There are two methods available with the same name, parameters are different. When I call c.add with 10, 20, compiler will understand, okay, add method with two parameters. First method should be called. C.add 10, 20, 30, three parameters available, second method should be called. To prove that if you pass just another fourth parameter, it will fail at the compile time, not at the run time. Why it will fail at the compile time? It is checking, is there any method with 4 parameters? No, then it will fail at the compile time only. That means it is deciding which method to call at the runtime or at the compile time. Let's check it. Let's check it. If you go for IDE, you will not understand that. Let me go here. New text document. What is the name? Calculator. Calculator.java. Okay. Yes. Calculator class is created. File, exit. Now go to command prompt. Java C calculator.java. Java C calculator. Oh, what is it saying that? Boss, you are calling add method with 4 parameters. C.add method add 2 parameters method not applicable for you. 3 parameter method also not applicable for you. There is no suitable method for you. Failed. So when it is checking which method to call, is it checking at the compilation time or is it checking at the runtime? It is checking at the compilation time. That means my object is exhibiting 2 behaviors. My object is exhibiting 2 behaviors. How can I say 2 behaviors? Here it is deciding to call the first method. Here it is deciding to call the second method. As it is taking the decision at the compile time, it is called compile time polymorphism. Are you getting this? Yeah. Fine. So with this we understood what is compile time polymorphism. When methods are performing same operation, then we should give same name. Hence it will improve code reusability. Okay. Which method code readability? Sorry. It will improve code reusability. Sorry. It will improve code readability. So in method overloading scenario, compiler will decide which method should be called. Hence it is called. Should be called. For example, if we write like below, then program will fail at compilation stage. When it will fail? Excellent. Yeah, this line will fail. Why it will fail? Why it is failing? Compile C. What now you understand? C. What is a C? C is a reference variable. C is a reference variable. Holding which class object? Calculator class object. In the calculator, do we have add method? Yes, but Add method with 2 parameters available, add method with 3 parameters available. But what I am calling add method with 4 parameters. Available or not available? Not available. Compilation will fail. So decision is making at the compile time or run time? Decision making at the compile time. That's why it is called as compile time polymorphism. What is the example for compile time polymorphism? Method overloading is the example for compile time polymorphism. Clear? Yes. Same thing we can do with the constructor overloading also. Can I write more than one constructor with 2 parameters? Yes. When it will decide which constructor to be called? Based on the parameters. Here already we have that example, I think so. Before inheritance, we discussed about constructor. हाँ एनकैप्सुलेशन के पहले मॉडिफायर्स के पहले yes so writing more than one constructor with different parameters is called as constructor overloading, method overloading and constructor overloading. For freshers, damn sure question, overloading and overriding differences. Guys, can we achieve overloading in 2 different classes? If you write same methods into different classes, then it is not called as overloading. Overloading always belongs to single class, same class. If you write 2 methods with the same name with the different parameters in same class, then only it is called as overloading. Are you clear, guys? That is tomorrow concept, overriding. Yes, operation can be different only, right? Here it is doing sum with 2 numbers. Here it is doing sum with 3 numbers. Operation is same, but behavior is different. Operation is same, behavior is different. Yeah. Any questions? No? Fine. That is called override.